going to tell you the story of the Whistleman. In the town that I was born, there was a graveyard that no one could enter, blocked off at every entrance since the pestilence of 23. And so it stayed, but for the grounds-keeping man who walked and kept the estate. He would be dressed all in simple browns, with a hood that hung low on his face. I never saw it myself, but those who did said it was covered in pockmarks, little valleys carved out like the surface of the moon. They said, I was told, I had heard. He built up an immunity to what took half the town. His mother and his brother, 2 sisters, were all taken by the disease. His father had died in the war, and so he remained, found hiding by the paramedics who came to the home. Not a touch on him, save for the pockmarks. And so he served a purpose. Was a time he was the only one they trusted with the bodies. And boy, were there bodies. And boy, did they need him. Eventually, the disease was eradicated, but he remained. And so the town agreed to let him stay. A house was built on the far west end of the cemetery. Each month, food and supplies were left outside the gate, and no one could enter. And he could never leave. It was for the best. But that is not to say that there were not curious people. There were. We could not enter the cemetery under any circumstances. That was the rule. However, a walk to school from any direction necessitated walking past the western gates. And often, when we did, we could hear him whistling a maddening little song. Sometimes I heard his whistles, but look as I might, I could not see him. There were stories, of course, of children going inside and never returning, of his long, acrid claws tearing their flesh, of how he consumed them whole, and how his whistle was a trick. But any time I saw him, he dragged his leg and clomped his cane. Drag, clomp, drag, clomp, drag, clomp. But mysteries are mysteries, and no one knew where the children had gone. Along the western gate, there became a kind of memorial, a patchwork of missing children's posters, which also served as a warning. One time, I can recall my mother crying, looking out from the widow's walk. And when I asked her what was the matter, she said to me, "Just promise me, my dear, that no matter what, you'll never whistle." And then she hissed. And I never did. As long as my mother lived, they found her dead of fright on that same widow's walk some 6 weeks later. One day, I made a little surprise for the Whistleman, mashing into some spinach and rice, a healthy dose of hemlock. I left it outside the southern gates. For 2 days it remained, but on the 3rd, it was gone. And I never saw the Whistleman again. But sometimes